time to meet the men from the ministry. We present Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler in The Men from the Ministry, a weekly tribute to the men of our government service. Careful men who always keep a watch on their official papers, so they can see when it's time to go home. In the General Assistance Department, Richard Lamb has just completed the Times crossword in 2 minutes flat. Secretary Mildred Murphy comments on his amazing feat.
Oh, Mr. Lamb, you have got big feet.
I say, Mildred, I've just done the Times crossword puzzle in 2 minutes. Look.
Oh, yes? Yeah, what's that word? 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, Yarrow-Pickle.
Yarrow-Pickle?
Yes.
What's that mean?
Oh, I don't know, but it fits in, doesn't it? Actually, 9 down, Rummet, 11 down, Poodle, 13 down, Cooke of Rasnack.
But what about the clues?
Oh, I don't bother with those.
Morning, Joel. Mildred.
Morning, Miss Lennox Brown.
Morning, man. I say, I've just done it in 2 minutes flat, from start to finish.
Have you really?
Yes. I didn't have a clue, mind you.
No. Oh, well, we all have to learn.
How long did it take you to do it?
Me? Well, it all depends, too, really. What are you talking about?
Times crossword, sir. Here's Mr. Lamb's solution.
Well, in 2 minutes... Oh, let me see. Now, what's this? 13 down. Cocoa Frasnack.
Yes, well, you see,
that's rubbish, too. Rubbish. 13 down should be... wait a minute, where's my copy? Now, here we are. Yes. Catavotlop.
What?
Any tea, Mildred? Mm-hmm. Good. Well, I'll have mine with lemon today. Hello, Lemon Brown. Lennox Brown speaking. Gregory. My word, you're looking well. Well, I mean, that is, you sound as though you're looking well.
Don't stop waffling, Lennox Brown. Did you get my memo?
Memo? Ah, yes. Yes, the one where you asked us all to read your memos more carelessly.
Carefully. Anyway, I'm not talking about that one.
Oh.
I mean the one about Prince Abdul.
Oh, that one. Mildred, the memo. Prince Abdul.
Prince Abdul of Fourth. I wanted to make absolutely sure you completed the arrangements.
Arrangements?
It's all in my memo, Lennox Brown. Arriving tomorrow, 12 o'clock flight and so forth.
Oh.
And I'll just remind you, Prince Abdul's coming over for an important meeting, and you're to look after him. See to it.
Oh, leave it to us, Sir Gregory. Yes. Any luck with that memo, too?
Afraid not, man. I've searched everywhere.
What about Mildred?
Oh, I haven't searched her. I'll do it now.
No, I mean, has she found it?
No, sir. I've looked in all the trays. In, out, pending, and tea. It's not in any of them.
Well, it must be somewhere.
No! I just remembered.
What?
Ducky Scott's wedding yesterday. We haven't got any confetti, see, so I tore up lots of papers and threw them.
Mildred, why didn't you throw rice like I did?
I don't think Patty was very pleased about that, too. One's used to people throwing dry rice, but not dollops of cooked rice pudding.
It was all the canteen had. Anyway, I picked the prunes out first. The point is, Mildred, torn up Sir Gregory's memo.
Yes, I know. With all the details about Prince Abdul IV.
I'm ever so sorry, sir. Here, my boyfriend Bernard works over at the foreign office. I could nip over there and look at this Prince thingy.
Yes, that's the answer. You do that, Mildred, yes. Mr. Lamb and I have some very important business to get on with.
Right.
Go.
This is a very tricky decision to make, one. I think. Yes, I'll twist.
Again? Oh, look, sir, in pontoon, the cards aren't supposed to add up to more than 21.
I know that.
But you've twisted 17 times already.
That still only gives me 19 cards. I need 2 more to win.
Oh, I don't think you've quite got the hang of this game, too.
That's because Mildred confused me when I was learning. She kept leaning over and giving me advice. You know, don't do this, don't do that.
Yes, she's a bit of a know-all when it comes to card games, isn't she? Thinks she's an authority.
She needs taking down a peg. I say one, she'll that soon. Let's invent a card game. That'll battle her.
Oh, what a dirty trick. Good, we'll do it. Yeah.
I've been asked to Foreign Office, sir.
Yes,
And
well,
it's
just one moment, Mildred. Now, Mr. Lamb and I are just finishing a game of, Drabble Scoop.
Hey?
Yeah, that's it, double scoop. I'll deal now. 15 cards for you, 3 for me, and 2 in the teapot.
Splendid. Oh, let's see now, yes. I've got a Drabble. I'll bet you a shilling.
Careful, one. I've got a scoop. I'll raise you 6 of them.
Mr. Lamb, you can't beat a Drabble with a scoop.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, let me show you how to play.
No, never mind about that, Mildred. Now, what did you find out at the Foreign Office?
Well, there wasn't nothing on their files about any Prince Abdul IV.
No.
At least not exactly. There was a Prince Abdul V,
Oh, that'll be him.
only he died in 1890.
Oh, well, perhaps he won't.
And then there was a Prince Abunga the 12th.
That'll be the one. Never were good at counting, those Foreign Office chaps.
Their spelling isn't all it should be.
Precisely, yes. How many stars did he rate this Prince Abunga, Abdul, or whatever it is?
2, sir.
Oh, that's all we need to know. A 2-star reception, eh? That means the Red Lino and the buffet lunch in the Guildhall Annex. The usual press conference, hotel, and so forth, yes. But we'll have to hurry, mind. Sir Gregory said he arrives tomorrow on the 12 o'clock flight.
I say, Skipper, aren't we flying a bit low? According to this dial, we're at 1,155 feet.
That's the clock. It's 5 to 12.
Have you had a look at our passenger lately?
Prince Abdul IV? Oh, yes, I popped in just now. He was sweating a bit. I don't think he likes flying.
What did you do?
I stroked his nose and gave him a lump of sugar.
Good, fine. Horses never like flying, especially highly strung racehorses like Prince Abdul.
What's this big meeting he's coming over for?
The Potterton Stakes at Newmarket, his last race.
Oh,
After that, he retires to stud, breeding and so forth.
I see. I wondered what he was grinning about.
Couple of ministry chaps should be waiting at the airport to take him off our hands.
Ministry?
Yes, this is a government thing. Prince Abdul's been bought by the British Bloodstock Corporation.
He's a super horse. I can't wait to see these ministry chaps' faces when we hand him over.
I still don't see why we had to come and meet Prince Abdul I.
Because he's important to us. Now stop complaining and look up a suitable greeting in that Arabic phrase.
Oh, right, one. How's this? Salutations, may the fruit of your loins cover the earth.
No, I don't think so, too. Isn't there a cleaner one?
How about this one? Greetings, may your women be mountains of flesh and the ground tremble under their tread.
Oh, I suppose so. There's some funny notions, these foreigners. I was in the Middle East during the war, you know.
Yes, you told me several times.
I remember once we were playing cricket in a wadi. Officers versus other ranks.
Yes, and the Germans attacked. You told me.
Blasted us with heavy mortars, machine guns, artillery, dive bombers. Left the camp an absolute shambles.
Oh, yeah.
Still, we beat them in the end. By an innings and 12 runs, as I recall. Happy days.
Yes. Now, during the war, I was in the 15th...
Well, we haven't time for stories now, too. Yes.
Oh.
Now, have we got everything laid on for Prince Abdul's stay?
I surely have. He'll hold the usual press conference. He'll ride through the city in a horse-drawn carriage.
Oh, that should be quite a sight.
He'll partner Princess Grace at the Sandhurst Summer Ball.
Splendid. Well, the plane should have landed by now. Here comes a uniformed fellow. He must...
Yeah. Hello. You'll be the man from the ministry. Smith, the second pilot.
Oh, how do you do?
Yeah.
Yes.
I just wanted to check your instructions. You want Prince Abdul brought here to the VIP lounge for a cocktail?
Well, naturally, yes. I mean, we intend to see he enjoys his visit.
Perhaps you can tell us if he has any special plans.
Well, I do know that this is his last meeting.
Oh.
Afterwards, he'll retire and be used for breeding purposes.
Breeding? What, you mean he'll...
Yes. And I bet there's a sizable fee for his services.
Good Lord.
But you know, he's got great staying power and the sort of stamina they're looking for. And he's won several silver cups.
Let Perhaps we shouldn't go into that. Is there any special way of greeting him?
Well, I think if you tickle him between the eyes and slap him on the rump, he'll be quite pleased.
Seems a bit odd. Well, what's he like, this Abdul the Fourth?
Well, he's a little horse.
Ah, that'll be the climate. Yes. Foreigners often get a tickle in the throat.
And he's chestnut brown with one white leg. About 15 hands.
Hey?
Well, see for yourself, he's being brought in now. Ah, there you are, gentlemen. Prince Abdul the Fourth.
Good grief. A horse?
Oh, dear. I think we've made one of our little boo-boos.
That's right, Bernard. There's only me in the office. Batman and Robin went off to the airport. Oh, he is an old square, that Mr. Lamb. Do you know, he's been complaining about me wearing a mini-skirt. Yeah, he said he's going to raise it at the next staff meeting. I can hear someone coming. Stop now, lad.
Mildred, is there anyone about?
Well, only me, Mr. Lamb. Why?
Well, we've got this racehorse in the lift, and we don't want anyone to see it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we thought we'd bring him into the office, you see.
Oh, that's a good idea. We can all have a little gallop round the desk in our coffee break.
Yes, it's a thought. Righto, one. All clear. Bring him in.
Oh, we could say it to answer the phone and call blimey at the horse.
Well, of course it is. This is Prince Abdul the Fourth. Shut the door, Mildred.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, I don't want another journey like that.
Oh, no, there wasn't much room in that ministry car with all three of us. Oh, and by the way, too, don't forget to pop down later with a dustpan and brush.
I don't know what we're going to do about this horse.
Ah, look, he's frightened. Would you like a little lump of sugar?
No, thank you, Mildred. I wouldn't mind a cup of tea, though.
Yeah, neither would I. Yeah. I must say, you know, too, I was a bit apprehensive when old Wilkinson got in the lift with us.
Yes, I thought he might spot the horse.
But luckily, he's not very observant. Especially since he joined MI5.
I think he thought it was the supervisor from the typing pool. You know, there is a certain resemblance.
Why'd you bring him here, anyway?
Well, we've got to keep him out of sight, Mildred, till we find out what we're supposed to do with him.
If you hadn't torn up Sir Gregory's memo, we wouldn't have got in this mess.
Yes, well, look, I'll take him into the inner office and I'll hitch him to the hat stand.
Yes. Oh, right, one. I'd better arrange some food for him. The hall porter can go out for it.
You're not going to tell old Matthews we've got a horse up here?
Good heavens, no. I'll use a cunning subterfuge so his suspicions won't be aroused.
Hello, hall porter.
Ah, Matthews, I'm feeling a little peckish. Nip out and get me a bale of hay, will you?
You want to eat a bale of hay? Yes. That's Mr. Lamb, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, thought it would be. Anything else you want?
Well, now you mention it, I'm a trifle chilly as well. Send up a nice horse blanket, will you? Thank you, Matthews.
Cunning subterfuge, oh, blimey.
Well, that settled our immediate problems.
Two. I just had a thought. The arrangements we made for Prince Abdul's reception.
Oh, yes. Still, we can always cancel them.
Yes, well, most of them. But what about the press conference? It's due to start in half an hour.
Oh, dear. And they're expecting a real, live human prince.
Exactly. And if we don't provide one, the whole ridiculous story will come out. Listen, I'll tell you what we must do.
Oh, I don't like it, one. This brown boot polish makes my face itch.
Oh, quiet, Jim. This is your chance to shine. It's the only way.
Yeah. Oh, and it tastes horrible.
Oh, that'll do. You're so fussy. Now, look, let me just adjust your turban. That's it. Now, we're ready to face the press.
Oh, I feel such a fool in this old floral curtain.
Oh, nonsense. You look the part. Splendid. Now, come on now. Out we go. Now, through this door and straight onto the platform. Thank you, yes. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen of the press, I shall be acting as interpreter for Prince Abdul IV here, as he doesn't speak a word of English.
That's absolutely correct. Not a single word.
Except for those which I just taught him a moment ago. Now, perhaps we can have the first question. Please identify your name and newspaper.
Twinkle from the star. Welcome to England, Your Highness. But why has your turban got Hammersmith's bats on it?
Ah, yes. He says he's a member of the Order of the Bath. Hammersmith branch. Next question, please.
A stamp from the post. Are women free in your country?
He says women are not actually free, but they're remarkably cheap. Next, please. Behind the Times. What country does the prince come from? Well, now, do you know the area around southern Arabia? Yes, very well indeed. Oh, yeah. Well, it's nowhere near there. It's a little country, you see, and it's called, oh dear me, what's it called?
Double scoop.
Ah, yes, that's it, Drabble Scoop.
Whereabouts is this country exactly?
It's just southeast of
Coco Frasnack.
Coco Frasnack, yes.
And where's that?
Oh, dear. Well, northwest of Drabble Scoop. Yes. Well, now, I think that's quite enough questions for the time being. The Prince will now read a prepared statement.
Right, everyone.
The Prince is very pleased to be visiting Britain for the first time. And he is looking forward to meeting the leaders of our country.
Boom, boom. Boom.
To discuss disarmament.
In that case, perhaps the Prince can tell us whether he is opposed to the provisions of the 1961 Vienna Convention.
No.
Oh, you support it? Well, that is surprising. He said no, but that, in fact, is the Drabble Scoopian word for yes, you see. Of course.
Prince Abdul, are you anti-American?
No.
You are?
No, wait a minute. No. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear, what a shambles that was.
The press conference? Well, what was wrong there?
Oh, there was a big muddle and everyone got excited. Oh, this brown boot polish is terrible stuff to get off.
Well, try the typewriter cleaning fluid.
The office still in your office, sir, and he's done a mischief in the corner.
Oh, dear. A mischief?
Yes, he had a nibble at your Trellistantia.
Oh. We must find somewhere else for him to go. Well, he can't stay here. It's against regulations. You remember the fuss when they found a dog in old Taplow's office?
Yeah.
He was taken to the police pound, scrubbed, deverminated, and put in quarantine.
Yeah. I wonder what happened to the dog.
But you can imagine if they found we were harbouring a horse.
Well, I better go and see Prince Abdul. It's time for his 4 o'clock hay break.
Yeah.
Now, look, we may get away with this yet, Dick. Yes, we may get away with it because at least Sir Gregory doesn't know there's anything wrong.
Ah, there you are, Lennox Bard.
Oh, Lord.
Sir Gregory.
There's been a bit of a mix-up over this Prince Abdul business, hasn't there?
I can explain. Sir Gregory can explain. My number 2 is to play.
I've just heard about this afternoon's press conference. Well done.
It wasn't me. He's the one who... Well done.
Yes, I wouldn't like this to get around, Lennox Brown, but as you know from my memo, I was under the impression that,
Yes, Sir Gregory?
Well, that Prince Abdul IV was a racehorse.
Oh, good heavens. A horse. And you don't think that now?
No, well, of course not. And he was at this press conference you arranged, wasn't he? I was obviously misinformed.
We all make mistakes, Sir Gregory.
A horse, oh, dear, dear. Oh, what an odd notion.
However, thanks to you, I saved face with the cabinet. I gave him the impression I knew Prince Abdul was an important statesman all along.
Did you? Yes.
Yes, just as well. Several ministers tell me they know him personally.
Do they? Ah.
Well, I trust you'll tear up my memo.
If you say so, Sir Gregory, we'll tear it into tiny pieces, confetti size.
Thank you, Lamb. Thank you, Lennox Brown.
Yes. Well, incidentally, Sir Gregory, just supposing, for the sake of argument, that he had been a horse, what would you have suggested we should do with him?
Well, it was all in my memo, wasn't it? And what's the point in bringing that up?
Well, I'll fix Prince Abdul and give him a good rub down, and Sir Gregory.
The Prince, you mean he's in there? His Royal Highness himself? Oh, I must greet him.
No, I don't think he'd like to be disturbed.
Very tired, that's what it is, he's resting.
Ah, I quite understand, yes, quite understand. What's that bag you're trying to hide, Miss Murphy?
Bag? Yes.
Yes.
It's just my nose bag, a handbag.
Rather large for a handbag. Why is it filled with hay?
Oh, why is it filled with hay, Mr. Lennox Brown?
Ah, yes. Well, you know how it is, Sir Gregory.
You know?
You know how it is. You must do. It's the latest teenage craze.
Yeah, stuffing their handbags with hay.
Yes.
It's the in thing.
Oh, I can't keep up with these fads. Well, must be off, Lennox Brown. Convey my most humble greetings to His Royal Highness.
Oh, I thought he'd never go. I've got to finish feeding the horse. I only came out to get his bucket of oats.
They're behind the desk. Allow me, Milton.
Oh, thank you.
It's a good thing Sir Gregory didn't see these.
Not with Brolly, are you? Well, what have you got there, lad?
It's a bucket of oats, Sir Gregory.
Well, part of his diet. Yes. He's very fond of them, aren't you, too?
Yes, that's right.
You mean he eats them dry? Like that? So this is something I've got to see.
Oh, well. Delicious.
Incredible. Incidentally, Lennox Brown, get Lamb to tidy himself up a bit. He's got brown boot polish behind his ears.
Yeah.
Oh, nobly done, too. Nobly done.
It was horrible, and I've still got a headache from that noisy press conference.
Oh, was it noisy then?
Oh, yes, and rather confused. We didn't understand their questions, and they seemed surprised by our answers.
Never mind. I don't suppose they'll bother to report much of it. You can't have said anything that was new.
Here is the news read by John Curl. At a noisy press conference this afternoon, Prince Abdul IV of Drabblescoop agreed that he was violently anti-American and implied that Soviet rocket bases would be welcome in his country. Asked what would happen if UN observers were sent to the area, the prince replied that they would eat them. He refused to give further details and shortly afterwards was hurried off the platform by his advisor. Now, to begin Radio Newsreel, here's the Middle East correspondent of the Daily Globe, Seamus O'Hooligan.
Well now, this statement has struck at the very heart of American policy in the area. I tell you that. Is there any drink about?
Where is Drabblescoop exactly?
On the wall map there, somewhere. Whiskey would do.
Would you say the Prince is a communist?
Anything for a drink. The Prince is a communist.
No. I mean, do you think he's a communist?
Oh, I know. Now, if you knew as much about this country, what's it called again?
Drabblescoop.
Drabblescoop, as I do, you'd have no need to ask that question. A beer would do.
Yes, well, thank you, Seamus O'Hooligan. And now, first reactions from the United States.
Where's the bar?
The United States has issued a strong warning that this attitude may well lead to a heightening of world tension.
This is terrible, too, absolutely terrible. The Americans are very upset.
I didn't mean to say any of those things, Mum. I must have got mixed up.
Well, why don't you issue another statement denying everything in the name of Prince Abdul IV?
here is the news. The Soviet Union today issued a statement saying that the Drabble-Skupin statement, denying their earlier statement, was a direct provocation. Welcoming the Drabble-Skupian change of heart, a United States spokesman said, "We have a special interest in this area, wherever it is." The Chinese issued a statement declining to issue a statement. They also stated that they're ready to pour guns, tanks, planes, and rockets into the area in the interests of world peace.
What are we going to do, Mr. Lamb? It's getting worse.
I know. Have you seen the newspaper?
Yes. It says in mine the Prime Minister has called for a private meeting with Prince Abdul to try and sort things out.
Oh, what a relief. They'll both get together and... Oh!
Shall I get the brown boot polish?
Morning, Joe. Morning, Mildred.
One. This morning's paper is terrible.
Yes, I know what's bothering you. 11 down, isn't it?
No, not the Cockburn. It's this Drabble-Scoop business.
Oh, that's all. Sorted out, my dear chap.
Eh?
Yes, this morning. I issued a statement when I saw how things were going. Should be on the news by now.
Oh, I'll switch on.
Early this morning, Prince Abdul IV of Drabble-Scoop announced his abdication and said he would enter a nunnery. His statement added that henceforth Drabble-Scoop would be strictly neutral and asked to be left entirely alone. The United Nations General Assembly has therefore cancelled today's debate on the problem, and delegates will instead hold a whist drive.
Oh, I see. Simple as that. Things ought to simmer down now.
That's marvellous, sir.
Oh, well done, one. Now, our only problem is that blessed hall.
Yeah, he's still in the inner office.
I'm not saying that he doesn't have his uses, you know. I mean, the window box is flourishing. Lovely show of rhubarb. But we still don't know what we're supposed to do with him.
Oh, well, I've solved that, too. Wangled the carbon copy of Sir Gregory's original memo. Here it is.
My word. Well done again, man. It says he's to be sent to the British Bloodstock Corporation farm for... Oh, yeah.
Yes, right. Yeah. But first, he's been entered in the Protestant Stakes Newmarket.
That's this afternoon. And according to this, we were supposed to make the arrangements.
Well, Mildred, don't get excited. It's not too late. We'll never get a professional jockey at this short notice, but...
Then why are you looking at me like that?
Well, put on this old school cap, too. Wear those kinky boots of yours, Mildred. You've got a spare silk blouse, have you, dear? You know, something colourful.
I won't do it. I refuse.
Battling through as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, and John Graham. The program was written by Johnnie Mortimer, Brian Cooke, and Edward Taylor, and produced by Edward Taylor.
Time to meet the men from the ministry. Let's take another kick at the seat of government with Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, John Graham, and the men from the ministry, Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Ministry men are like fitted carpets. When you get them in a corner, they're hard to pin down. But at the General Assistance Department, that eager young executive, Richard Lamb, is always up to date. If new equipment is installed, you can be sure he has a hand in it.
Mildred, this address stamping machine. I've caught my hand in it.
Oh, you are careless, Mr. Lamb. There. Oh, you got an address written on your palm.
Oh, so I have. Mrs. Llewellyn, the Bell-in Welling.
Now, don't you let the postboy see you, or he'll stamp you and shove you in his sack. Oh, it'd take you hours to scrub that off.
Waste of a morning. I could have been doing something useful, like sorting my stamp collection.
You and your stamp.
I got a new one last week. Look, a real beauty. Very rare, do not bend from the Foreign Office.
I've never knew anyone collect rubber stamps before. I mean, what's so rare about this one?
It's it's a misspelling, you see. It actually says, do not bened. Just think, this stamp's been battling postmen for years, and now it's mine.
Here, what happened to that big one that said fragile?
It broke.
Shame. And were you after a permission refused from the Home Office?
Yes, I wrote and asked them for one, and,
Well, what happened?
well, they stamped my letter permission refused and said they hadn't got one.
Not.
Yeah, I got an interesting stamp last week, see? We ain't interested. That's from the Department of Education.
Morning, Joe. Morning, Newland.
Afternoon one.
Oh, it's satire now, is it? Well, I am a little late due to trouble at the railway station.
Oh, what happened, sir?
I was engrossed in my newspaper when the train pulled in and I got into the 8th carriage.
And that's why you were late?
Yes, blessed train only had 7 today. Felt a fool sitting there reading between the lines.
Along with the rest of the sleepers, eh? That of Mr. Gregory again. He's been ringing all the morning.
Oh? What did he say?
I don't know. He didn't answer it. Can't mistake his ring.
Oh, dear me. Hello, General Assistance Department.
Lennox Brown, where the devil have you been all morning?
Ah, Sir Gregory. You're wondering why we didn't answer the phone? Yes. Well, it's faulty. It didn't ring, you see.
Didn't ring?
And when it doesn't ring, it's our usual practice not to answer it.
Stop gathering, Lennox Brown. Now, this election business, you know Grimlin North.
Grimlin?
Grimlin North is a place, a parliamentary constituency. Didn't you read the memo I sent you?
Memo? Oh, yes. Yes, of course I read it. Oh, my word, yes. It's a great memo, too. Fine.
Yes, right. All right. What a guy.
You certainly have a command of language, Sir Gosling.
Listen, Lennox Brown, have you grasped all the facts?
Oh, yes, my number 2 has all the basic data in his head. In fact, I'd say he's got it in a nutshell.
Nah. I don't believe you read my memo at all.
Here it is, right.
Oh, yes, you've read it all right, sir. Yes, I have it in front of me now in your own handwriting. Your secretary away, is she?
Matter of fact, yes. Spotted nervous trouble.
Ah, yes, of course, yes. Well, I gather that Grimlin North is having a pie collection.
By election.
Didn't I say that, Sir Gregory?
Get the details from the Home Office and get on a train to Grimley.
I always thought constituencies supplied their own electoral officers.
Well, on certain occasions when Whitehall steps in, inadequate local facilities, say, or the need for extra impartiality or expertise.
And why are we stepping in this time?
They've all got mumps.
No. I'm rather vague about it. What happens exactly?
Well, your neck swells up and you feel off.
No. I mean the election.
Oh, we'll worry about that later, too. But fortunately, all the preliminary work's been done by one councilman who didn't catch mumps, Mr. Rumbo.
My word, he must have been busy. You'll be glad to see us.
Why can't they keep the ruddy, bureaucratic London noses out of our by-election?
Can I quote you on that, Mr. Rumbold? I said, can I quote you on that?
No. I do all the hard work and they come in and snatch the glory.
Can I quote you on that, Mr. Rumbold?
No. Ooh, I could spit.
Can I quote you on
No.
Good morning. I'm Lennox Brown, and this is Lamb here. We're from the General Assistance Department.
Oh, how nice. I am glad to see you.
That's not what you just said.
Get out, you snivelling ass. Get back to that filthy gutter rag of yours. Get out.
Thank you very much. I said thank you very much.
Well, I'm Rumbold, Council Public Relations Officer.
How do you do? You've already done a little work on this by-election?
You might put it like that. Single-handed, I brought it back from the brink of disaster.
And now we are here to take it over.
By the way, what happened to your last Member of Parliament?
Brigadier Bletchworth. Oh, tragedy. A hunting accident.
Oh, dear me.
Yes, he was under the bed hunting for his collar stud when the whole thing collapsed.
Oh, dear.
Mind you, he had a good life. He was a sexagenarian.
Was he? Perhaps that's why the bed collapsed.
The election candidate should be here shortly. There's one now, just got out of a sports car.
Mrs. De Quincy Watling.
Oh, by Jove, topless.
What? The sports car, yes. Ghastly woman, mutton dressed as lamb. Oh, Mrs. Quincy Watling, a pleasure to see you.
Morning, Rumbold. Called to hand you my nomination papers.
Oh, don't hand them to me. I'm not thought fit to receive them. Oh, no, we've got London down. I might as well go and... Nomination papers, you say?
Yes. Quite confident of victory, of course.
Oh.
I've got a splendid election slogan. If you don't want to see initiative throttling, vote for Mrs. De Quincy Watling.
My word.
There aren't many words that rhyme with De Quincy Watling.
No. What's the name of the other candidate?
No problem there. His name's Kelly.
Has anybody here seen him?
How do? Kelly. You'll not mind me cycle clips. Some of us can't afford flash sports cars. Some of us has to work down the pit. Aye, the pit. And all that muck and darkness.
Mr. Kelly conducts the local theatre orchestra.
Well, you're here with your nomination papers, Mr. Kelly?
Aye, and I'm expecting to win.
Most householders have put my picture in their windows.
Aye, to scare off burglars.
Please, let's keep our arguments for the public platform.
Well, she gets right up my nose, I'm telling you. I know her lot. Kowtow to the bankers, live off the fat of the land. They're all the same, them socialists.
Well, all you Tories think of is buttering up the workers. People like you should be forced with.
This election's becoming quite heated, too. I imagine we'll get a large poll.
We'll need one to keep those two apart.
Well, feelings run strongly up here, you know, too. An election's a very big event. I'm sure the local people think of nothing else. Come on, Rockwell. Oh, that's it, girl. Oh.
Fred, wake up. Your leg's going again.
Oh, what? Oh, it's you, Ada. Oh, I was having that bad dream again. You and the barmaid at the Rose and Crown was fighting over me.
Well, is that a bad dream, Fred?
Yeah, you kept winning. I'll just nod off and give it another chance.
You can't nod off again. It's your tea time. I'm laying the table. Put your boots on.
Why do you want me boots on the tea table?
It ain't decent eating prunes with no boots on.
Well, where's me coronation spoon?
Little Sidney dropped it down the washroom.
Our little grandson, he's been here. He's a bright little nipper, young Sidney. How old is he now?
Oh, it's his first birthday next week.
Funny, him coming so long after the others.
I reckon it was our Grace giving up smoking. We were talking about his school.
School? Well, he'll go to Arnott Street, won't he? It's one of them second-rate moderns. An apprehensive school.
I don't want him going to Arnott Street, Fred. I've got plans for that boy.
Plans, Ada?
I don't want him at no apprehensive school. I want him at that posh grammar school, St. Candida's.
The Candida? Where are you going to get the money for that?
There's what we got under the mattress.
You can't sell the bed, Ada. Where are we going to sleep?
I mean the insurance money.
Oh.
That's what I'll use, see? Once he's been to grammar school, he can get a top job.
Oh, yeah, like a meter reader or working down Labour Exchange.
Aye.
But you've got to put his name down years ahead for the Candida. I saw that in the local paper.
Well, perhaps I better go down today. I wonder who I have to see.
Oh, well, the town hall would know. It was them that cleared our drains. Where's me best tea?
In the bowl with the walnuts.
Oh.
It shan't be long. I'll just nip down the town hall and put little Sidney's name down for the Candida school.
Come along, you'll go. You haven't got all day, you know.
I was just waiting that one. I can checkmate you on my next move.
Checkmate? Let's see. I think not to. I shall use the Rudge defense.
You kicked the board over with your elbow.
Oh, did I? Oh, dear. The game's ruined now, isn't it? Never fails, the Rudge defense.
Is that Rudge of the Board of Trade?
Yes, that's him, unorthodox player. Played with the club, you know. Yes, if you made a move he didn't like, he hit you over the head with it.
Poor old Rudge.
Excuse me, I'm from the Grimley Clarion. I said the Grimley Clarion. I was hoping to interview you.
Well, we're not here to seek confidences across. So, I'm Leonard Spratt, 2 N's. Raconteur, flatman, war hero.
And I'm Richard Lamb, his number 2.
How do you spell that?
TWO.
We're very busy here, of course. We have to stay in this office and receive all nominations as they come in. Whatever the number, they must all be dealt with personally.
How many have you had so far?
2.
I take it there's no independent candidate, then?
The day's not over yet. There might be other candidacies.
I noticed a woman waiting outside.
Oh, did you? Yes. Oh, we'll send her in, will you? Right, well, off you go.
Right, thanks.
Strange chap, that reporter. Have you noticed he has a blue tongue?
I expect it's because he licks his ballpoint before he writes.
Nervous, of course. It's written all over his face.
What about this woman outside? Do you think she's another election candidate?
Well, let's hope so, too. 2 isn't much of a choice, is it?
No.
Yes, I have a feeling this is another nomination coming up.
Oh, good afternoon, sir. I've come about our Sydney. Is this the place? I want to put him down for the candidacy.
Ought to. I was right.
Yes, well, come in, madam. Have you his nomination papers?
Oh, no, I don't know nothing about that. I just know you've got to put his name down in advance.
Yes, of course, yes. We'll fill in the form for him. Now, what is his name?
Higgs, sir. Sydney Higgs. He's my grandson.
Sydney Higgs. Now, what about his party?
Oh, that's all arranged for next week, sir. He's almost won, you know.
Oh, well, I mean, you can't take these things for granted. Well, I mean, we mustn't be too optimistic.
Yeah. Silly, taken the first steps.
Oh, he has, yes. He's been trying to stand for months.
Well, this is his big chance.
Very independent he is.
Independent? Ah, see, yes. Write that down, too.
Yes, right.
Sydney Higgs, independent.
Independent, yes. Mind you, if he's independent, he'll need a big swing.
He'll be in water. But we've been looking for a safe seat, you see.
Well, you're certainly confident, madam, yeah.
The only snag is the exams. Will he have to pass any exams?
Oh, no. You needn't know anything to get in.
In fact, it often helps if you don't.
What will happen to him when he gets there? His first day, I mean.
Well, he'll be introduced to the chamber.
Oh! He knows about that already, sir.
Oh, well, then he should do well, huh?
Yes, the only thing left is the deposit. £150, please.
Oh, here you are, sir. Oh, that's very fair. I thought it was more. Still, I suppose we have to pay every year once he's in.
Oh, no. They pay him. Quite good money, too, eh?
Oh. No wonder they all want to go, dear. Well, I'll tell them it's all fixed up. Oh, thank you, sir. You've been very helpful.
Well, the election's properly underway now, too. 3 candidates, and may the best one win.
Hello, this is Fort Robinson here at the Grimley by-election. Right when Grimley centres on this fine old square with its ancient buildings and Victorian horse trough in which I'm standing. Each day from opposite sides, 2 loudspeakers blare at each other. Their names are Kelly and Quincy Watling, and they are the major candidates. The voters here have many issues to consider. I stopped one housewife this morning and asked her if she fancied a change, and in which field. This nasty bruise on my head is the result. But the main interest centres on the mysterious 3rd candidate, Sydney Higgs, who hasn't spoken yet. Indeed, he hasn't even been seen. As a result, he's gained a lot of support. But Why is Sidney Higgs standing? Is it because he feels it's time for a change? And just who is Sidney Higgs?
I'm back, sir. I said I'm back.
Oh, it's you. Keep walking around with that card on your hat saying press and somebody will.
I've been all over town, like you said, trying to find out about Sidney Higgs, and no one's ever heard of him.
I didn't hear you say that. We've to feature all three candidates, and we will. Now, what will he look like? Tall or short?
Bit of both, perhaps. I said a bit of both.
Ah, that's better by that. Now, what sort of colour would his hair be?
Could be brown with a name like that. Only more black, you know. Almost grey.
Good, good. And what are his policies?
Sort of middle-of-the-road extremist with leanings to the left and to the right.
That's fine reporting. Now, we'll soon put together a couple of columns.
If you think anyone will be interested.
Everyone's interested. This Higgs is running a shrewd campaign. He's almost up to polling day without offending anyone.
The local paper's full of the election one. Look, it's got photos of all three candidates.
Oh, yes. There's Mrs. Quincy Watling and Mr. Kelly.
Yes.
And according to the caption, that's the independent Sidney Higgs.
Bit out of focus. Looks like a marrow with specs on.
He's the one people want to know about. He's in all the national papers, you know. Look at his headline.
Oh, yes. Silent Sidney may romp home.
Well, the country's eyes are on us, too. Just wait for election night. It'll all be on TV, you know.
Hello, this is Fort Robinson here in Grimley for election night. And a huge crowd awaits the result outside the town hall, many of them spilling over onto the forecourt with its statues and ornamental fountain in which I'm standing. It's been a very close contest, and for the last few days, both major parties have been working on a huge canvas. It's now stretched over the balcony and should keep the rain off. Over on my left, volunteering workers are handing out hot cups of tea. Now the crowd are stirring. But we've a while to wait for the result yet, so I'll hand you back to Anna Parv in the studio.
Thank you, Fort Robinson. We continue election focus with a word from Bob McFrenzy on the swingometer. Bob?
Well, it's a bit early yet to analyze the results, but we do have a pointer in the survey carried out on the opinions of Mrs. Mabel Green, a Grimley housewife. Now, she plumped 100% for the Tories. Anna.
Thank you, Bob. Well, if this result is reflected throughout the constituency, we should see a Tory win. Bob?
Thank you, Anna. We've just had the result of a further survey carried out on Mr. Green. He was 100% Labour. Anna?
Thank you, Bob. Well, that does change the picture. Labour has made a dramatic comeback. This is very exciting. Let's go over to Fort Robinson for his views.
Thank you, Anna. Yes, it's very exciting indeed. Now back to the studio.
Thank you, Fort. However, there is an independent candidate. Bob?
Yes, I'd like to speculate on his chances, but this seat is rather unpredictable. In fact, I'm afraid it may collapse beneath me at any moment. Anna?
Oh, dear. He's fallen down on his assessment. Fort Robinson is signaling. Let's go back to Grimley.
Thank you, Anna. And here at Grimley, the returning officer, Mr. Lennox Brown, has just come out on the balcony. And as he did so, a great cry went up from the crowd below. He knocked several plant pots down on their head. It seems he's about to announce the result.
The votes for the candidates are as follows. Quincy Watling, Cecily De Vere, 9,010. Kelly, Anthony Wedgwood, 10,009. Higgs, Sidney, 12,691.
And I declare the said Sidney Higgs duly elected to serve as Member of Parliament for Grimley.
Well, that's that job over too. You see me out there?
Yes.
Yeah. All the TV cameras on me, eh?
Yes.
Well, I did rather well.
Yes.
Spoke clearly, never faltered. Air of calm dignity.
Yes. It's a pity your trousers fell down.
Yes, well, I've been thinking about that. Just look at these braces. Those ends aren't trade. That's a clean cut. Rumbold was right behind me, you know.
It's funny Higgs wasn't here for the announcement.
Oh, probably thought he had no chance. He'll soon turn up.
Excuse me.
Oh, it's that reporter chap.
I just popped in to congratulate you, Mr. Lennox Brown. You certainly showed us locals a thing or two. I said you showed us a thing or two.
Yes, well.
And Mr. Lamb, Mr. Rumbold asked me to return your nail scissors.
Oh, thanks.
Nail scissors? I'll see you later, sir.
Oh, there's a Mr. and Mrs. Higgs waiting outside.
Ah, there you are, too. Yes, I said he'd be here. With his wife, it seems.
I'll send him in on my way out. I said, on my way out.
Two. You lent that devil Rumbold your scissors?
Well, I wasn't to know, was I? He just said he wanted to expose an ugly little blister. Anyway, this is one job that's really worked.
True, yes. Thanks to us, there'll be a new force in Parliament, a wind of change.
Evening, sir. Fred and me thought we'd come and thank you for getting our Sidney in, sir.
Ah, well, just doing our job, you know.
We brought him along, sir. He's outside.
Oh, splendid, splendid. Yes, we were wondering when we'd see him. Wheel him in.
If you know, Anne, I was beginning to think he wasn't real.
Well, you mean a sort of dummy candidate?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Here he is, sir. Meet our grandson, Sidney Higgs.
What a charming... What? This is Sidney Higgs?
This is Sidney. What you got into grammar school like we asked.
Grammar school? Got into... What?
I get it, and that's just fun. I think we've made one of our little boo-boos.
You're excited than that, you two. You've had a baby elected to Parliament.
But I mean, how you...
Oh, that'll do. I said Nadger's not boggling. Now, what we've got to do is find a way out of this.
And here is the news read by Anna Purr. It was announced today that the newly elected MP for Grimley, Mr. Sidney Higgs, has applied for the Chiltern Hundreds. The traditional way for an MP to give up his seat. A ministry spokesman said he was resigning in order to pursue his business interests. Mr. Higgs is in waterproof materials. A correspondent who managed to get Mr. Higgs on the phone said his only comment was, "Izu diddums." He was interrupted by the ministry spokesman, who said this was a reference to Sheikh Izu Diddums, a little-known Middle Eastern politician. Another by-election will be held in Grimley immediately.
I see him back then. They couldn't give me the job, oh no. Well, I don't care. I'm not ambitious. They can pass me over any time. I'm only,
Dear me. If he gets more lines on his forehead, he'll have to screw his hat on.
Still, everyone else is happy. Little Sidney's accepted for some candidates. Did you know?
Well, yes. I mean, they could hardly refuse him, could they? Steward of the Chiltern Hundreds.
Ex-MP. 3 firms have offered him a seat on the board, apparently.
And we've made a good start on the new election. You've got 2 nominations there, have you?
3 nominations.
3?
Yeah, I found another while you were at lunch. In this tray here, someone called Rupert of Danzig. Odd chap, from the look of his nomination paper, he's had distemper 3 times.
2. Put that back in the dog license tray.
What?
Put it away.
Up the poll as the men from the ministry were Richard Murdoch and Deryck Guyler. Also featured were Norma Ronald, Ronald Baddiley, and John Graham. The program was written by Johnnie Mortimer, Brian Cooke, and Edward Taylor, and produced by Edward Taylor.